For more on this, we can speak with Shara Tibken, senior writer for CNET, joining us from San Francisco. Welcome to the show. Help us understand this Apple Pay. Why is it such a big deal? Because we've heard about these devices before. They're called credit cards, and we've heard about other versions of it as well. Why is this one different?
Apple's really trying to work with everybody who's already involved in the process. So as you mentioned, the credit card companies, it has all of the banks on board, or at least the big banks. It's also working with a lot of the retailers directly. We've seen some other offerings, such as Google Wallet, that just haven't done quite as well. And they were kind of trying more to sort of disrupt the system as opposed to working with the companies who are already there. So Apple is kind of going about it in a little smarter way.
So, I mean, should I tell my friends like Ron and Mike and Dwayne to throw away their wallets? We don't need a wallet anymore because you just use your phone. That's all you need.
I think that's the eventual hope, that you are just carrying your phone with you everywhere. You can pay for everything with it. I don't think you're going to be throwing away your wallet anytime soon. It's still, we'll have to see how this works and how many retailers get on board. They have some big names like McDonald's and Macy's. But it will be a while before every store rolls out the new terminals that have the technology in it that you need to actually do Apple Pay. So I don't think it's time to get rid of your credit cards just yet.
Okay, so, we always worry about security. I mean, what's to stop me from just grabbing your phone and running off to McDonald's and using your phone? What's to stop that from happening?
Yeah, it seems like it's actually not as secure to use your phone, but in fact, it's so much more secure than actually using the credit cards we have in the US today. In Europe, they've already rolled out some more secure credit cards that have a chip in it that makes it harder to steal the number. And Apple Pay works the same way. So when you're actually tapping it, what it does is has a number that comes up for each transaction. It changes every time. So it's almost like your credit card number changes every single time. So wherever you're using it, they don't have your actual credit card number. Apple doesn't track where you're going, what you're doing, how much you're spending. So it's secure all around. And Apple also has integrated its Touch ID, which is when you touch the home button to unlock the phone. You also are going to have to do that when you're using Apple Pay. So not only do you have to actually tap it on the device, but you also have to touch the ID. So you need your fingerprint.
That's an extra security feature,
yeah.
Right? So how about this feature? What happens when the battery dies? Can I still use it?
When the battery dies, you're kind of out of luck. Everybody's pushing to put more battery life in these devices. So if we reach a time where you're actually replacing your wallet, hopefully your phone at that time would last more than 12 hours or, at best at this time.
Do you, I don't want to make a joke about it, but there's a lot of jokes being made about the Apple Watch. First of all, do you like this Apple Watch?
I think there are a lot of things that people will really like about the watch. Apple's trying some very interesting things that are different from the features that we've seen in current watches on the market. They're doing things with haptics, which is where it makes it like your watch is actually vibrating. And sometimes the place you'd notice this on other phones is when you're typing and you kind of have that feedback. So they're doing things like that to give you notification, or if you're using maps on the watch, it may buzz on one part of the watch to tell you to go right. So there are a lot of interesting things. I think we're going to have to see what app developers come up with that makes this a must-have device versus just something that's nice.
The Apple Pay with the Apple Pay with the Apple Watch? Is that going to be a cool thing to do when I walk around? I just beep.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the ideal, the use case that I always think of is when you're going out for a run. You don't necessarily want to carry your phone with you. You don't want to carry your wallet, but maybe you want to get a smoothie on your way home. It would be really great to just tap your watch on that and go. Don't need to carry anything with you. You just have the watch that you have with you.
All right,
so we're going to have to see how this happens.
Before the weekend begins for you, if you could tell the Apple CEO one thing that you want them to include or change about Apple Pay, what would that be?
Oh, gosh. Just get more retailers on board, I think. And also, it would be great if they could integrate things like loyalty programs or coupons or features like that. We haven't heard any information about something like that with Apple Pay. So it'll be interesting to see if Apple actually does do something like that or if that stays completely separate.
Okay, that's excellent stuff. Shara Tibken, senior writer for CNET. Great to have you on the show, and have a good weekend. I hope Tim Cook's listening.